joining me right now. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks, Bernard. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you. So you're here to talk about drones and regenerative agriculture, your event. That is a mouthful. so
It sure
tell
is, isn't it?
so tell me a little bit about this program.
Yeah, that sounds great. So, as many of your viewers know, the Northern Cohort has been actively trying to support and promote producers who are producing food and want to sell them directly here in the Peace region. So, we were approached by Blackbird Environmental, which has quite a history of drone applications in agriculture on commercial scale as well as small scale as well. And they're looking at a way to connect with a larger group of food producers so that they can share their knowledge on how to use drones. Because as we know, a lot of farmers have picked up drones. They're kind of useful and fun to play with, but you don't necessarily know what applications they have and how to interpret the data that you gather when you're using your drone on your property. And so, yeah, we're working with Clay and Katie Peck of Canadian Acres, and we're hosting a regenerative agriculture focused drone field day out at their farm on Sunday, October 4th,
So
from
for
1
the
till 6 p.m.
so for the farmers who don't have a drone, why is it important to learn about it?
That's a really good question. So drones are just another way of catching and observing your landscape and your production. And so there's a lot of different applications, and for catching I guess a bird's eye view of what's going on. I know Matthias and his crew over at Blackbird Environmental have been doing a lot of really great work at looking at plant health, also looking at hydrology and contours within your landscape. And in particular at Canadian Acres, we're going to be looking at how Katie Peck has actually used drone information that she received in the fall from Blackbird Environmental, and actually use the contour information and the hydrology information to place her permaculture garden. And they're also using information from that for how to manage intensively their horse. I guess they have horses on their forage fields.
So how can people register for this event?
That's a great question. So that's part of, so if you go to neat.ca, we have registration through our page there. I can actually send you a link that maybe we can attach to this stream, and then people can click right onto that. Neat's Northern Cohort is on Facebook, and so is Canadian Acres. And so if you look up either of those things, you can find some information about the event, which is drone applications and regenerative agriculture. And then there should be links to click to our Neat website, and it's an easy registration. We're asking $10 to cover the cost of chili and some buns that will be catered from Cool Beans Cafe. And then the workshop's generally going to be outside. We've got porta potties on site. We've got everything set up so it's going to be a decentralized. There is a cap on the number of people that can come in, but it should be a nice, safe event where everybody is outdoors. We're breaking people into groups so that we're in small little areas and we can kind of discuss and get into some of the nitty gritties of the things that we'll be learning about that day.
Bess, it's always awesome to have you here.
Thanks, Bernard.
Community interviews are brought to you by Fort City Chrysler. It's Keith and Renee on Moose FM.
What's new with you?